You've probably been in a meeting before, where someone was speaking, and even though their words seemed fine, their facial expression left you feeling uneasy, or maybe even confused. Have you ever stopped to think about why that happens? It's because facial expressions are one of the most powerful tools of communication. Yet they often go unnoticed or misunderstood in corporate environments. The way you express yourself on your face can say more than the words coming out of your mouth, and believe it or not, it can impact the direction of your business interactions, whether you realize it or not. Your facial expressions are constantly sending signals, not just to those around you, but also to yourself. And these signals can shape your outcomes in meetings, presentations, or negotiations. So how do facial expressions really affect your corporate communication? Well, let's dive deeper into it. Think about a time when you were in a conversation and someone was smiling at you, but it didn't seem genuine. Maybe their eyes weren't engaged or their smile was stiff. How did that make you feel? Probably a bit uncomfortable. Right, that's the power of facial expressions. They communicate more than you think. And when they don't match what's being said verbally, it creates confusion or even distrust. Now, think of the opposite. Imagine someone speaking to you and they're smiling naturally. Their eyes are warm, their expression open and inviting. Instantly, you feel more comfortable, more connected. It's the same in corporate environments. When your facial expression matches your words, it builds trust, comfort, and rapport, making you appear more authentic and approachable. And let's face it, in business, we all know how important it is to build trust. Right? If your face shows the right emotions, it can create an instant bond. Whereas if your facial expression contradicts your message, it could break that connection before it even starts. One of the most important facial expressions to consider in business settings is your smile. A smile can go a long way in making someone feel welcomed and at ease. But it's not just about the smile itself. It's about how it's delivered. A forced or fake smile can be more harmful than no smile at all. Have you ever had someone smile at you, but you could tell it wasn't genuine? Maybe their lips curled up, but their eyes remain cold or unengaged. It can make you feel that they are hiding something or not being sincere. It's important to make sure your smile comes from a genuine place, because that's what makes others feel comfortable and confident in you. A genuine smile reaches the eyes. It's warm and it says, "I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to talk to you." This kind of smile can disarm even the most tense situations, making it easier for you to connect with your business partners, clients, or colleagues. On the flip side, frowning or having a tense expression can have a completely different effect. Think about it. Have you ever been in a meeting where someone looked frustrated, annoyed, or angry? Maybe their eyebrows were furrowed, their mouth slightly turned down, and the whole vibe felt negative. Even if they weren't saying anything harsh, the way their face looked made you feel that tension, and that discomfort can carry over into the conversation. It can shift the entire tone of the meeting, making it harder to communicate and collaborate. Because our brains are wired to pick up on these signals, we can sense when someone is unhappy or uncomfortable just by looking at their face. It's essential to be aware of how your face might convey emotions you may not even be consciously feeling. And if you're in a high-stakes business situation, like a negotiation, those negative expressions can lead the other party to feel like they're not being heard, or worse, like you're not open to compromise. That's why it's important to be mindful of your facial expression, especially when the conversation or meeting is going in a direction that could be stressful. In these situations, try to relax your face, soften your features, and stay engaged. It's the best way to show the other person that you're willing to listen and collaborate. Without even saying a word, your face can either build or break that connection. Now, let's shift the focus to another area of corporate communication. What about your eyes? The eyes are often called the windows to the soul, and in business communication, they can make a huge difference. Have you ever been in a conversation with someone who couldn't hold eye contact? Maybe they were looking at their phone or glancing around the room. It makes you feel disconnected, right? When you don't maintain eye contact, you're inadvertently telling the other person that you're not fully present, or worse, that you don't care about what they're saying. That can hurt your credibility and make it harder to build trust. In contrast, holding eye contact shows confidence and respect. It signals that you're engaged, interested, and ready to listen. But here's the thing. While eye contact is essential, it's important to find the right balance. Staring at someone for too long can feel intimidating, while avoiding eye contact completely can make you appear insincere. So, the key is to maintain comfortable eye contact. Not too much, not too little, but just enough to let the other person know that you're fully involved in the conversation. Have you ever had a conversation with someone who looked at you as if they were really listening? Making small gestures like nodding or showing their genuine interest through their eyes, it makes a world of difference, doesn't it? It makes you feel heard, understood, and respected. In business, this level of engagement can go a long way, creating positive outcomes. Whether you're negotiating a deal, resolving an issue, or simply networking, your facial expressions and the way you use your eyes can determine the direction of the interaction. So, how do you start incorporating better facial expressions into your business communication? It starts with self-awareness. The next time you're in a meeting or conversation, take a moment to observe your own face. Are you frowning? Are you smiling? Are your eyes engaged? The key is to make sure your face is expressing what you want to convey. If you're feeling frustrated, try to soften your expression and maintain neutral body language. If you're engaged and excited, let that show through your eyes and your smile. Facial expressions are a form of nonverbal communication, and the beauty of them is that they can often say more than words. You don't need to say anything to show that you're listening or interested. A smile, a nod, or a warm gaze can do all the talking for you. In business, we're often focused on what to say, but it's equally important to pay attention to how we're saying it with our faces. Because sometimes, the most powerful message is the one you're sending without even speaking. And remember, if you want to build rapport, trust, and positive relationships in the corporate world, the key is not just what you say, but how you say it with your face. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, because you will learn a ton of information in the next video.